Hello and welcome back, virtual pilots, to another Tennshadow video. Today I am on lesson 3 of the IFR training series from FS Academy. This lesson will feature navigating using NDBs and VORs. I've never done that before, so this should be a very interesting lesson, so let's find out.
Now we'll begin to get to grips with tracking to and from navigation aids. There are two primary types of radio beacon, VORs and NDBs. They work in slightly different ways, but the concepts are generally the same. You'll get a feeling for using nav aids in this lesson, first of all in a conventional aircraft with dials and needles, before moving to a G1000 equipped aeroplane. The Morse code you can hear is the Seaford VOR. It's transmitting Sierra Foxtrot Delta in Morse code so that we can hear we are tuned to the correct beacon. This is called identifying, and we can consider Seaford to be identified. You can adjust the ident volume using the small knob under the NAV1 frequency on your radio stack. When your checks are complete, taxi to hold for runway 02.
All right, I do hear it, and I did turn on captions or subtitles for this lesson. See how that works out. I haven't used them so far. All right, flaps, everything. This looks okay. Let's go. And as I said in the video intro, I haven't done anything like this before, so I don't know how this is going to turn out.
Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, clear line up and take off, runway 02. Wind is calm, right turnout is approved.
Okay, take off and climb to altitude 2,000 feet.
Okay, will do. Looks like a nice evening setting here. Or I guess it could be early morning. I'd say evening though, since there's lights on in those houses. Most people are sleeping. Alrighty, here we go. Whoa. $60 knots, rotate.
Now start a right turn to heading 090.
Turn off that beacon. 090, yes sir.
We'll begin our discussion of nav aids with the NDB. The non-directional beacon is a common nav aid of high accuracy but limited range. It's displayed on the automatic direction finding instrument, the ADF, located at the right side of this cockpit, with a yellow needle at its center.
Oh, I see it.
Below the ADF dial is the ADF radio, which is tuned to the Shoreham NDB. The yellow needle always points directly to the NDB. If you want to fly directly to an NDB, simply turn to point the ADF needle straight upwards. This is called homing. To discover your position relative to the NDB, turn the ADF card so that the card matches your directional gyro instrument, essentially putting your current heading at the top. Whichever bearing the needle points to is the heading you should fly to go to the beacon. The tail of the needle indicates your current direction from the beacon, known as your radial.
Okay. There, I matched it to east. So we'll see how that goes. Wasn't paying attention to altitude, so let's start. Go down here another 150 feet, get back down to 2,000.
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 180.
Alright, 180. Here we go.
Remember to maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson.
Yes, sir, that's my bad. Okay, 180.
When flying between nav aids, you need to know how the needle works and what it's telling you. When not tracking perfectly towards the beacon, the head of the needle will always be pushed away from your heading. The tail will always be pulled towards your heading, towards the top of the dial. Now that we've turned south, see how the ADF needle is pulling the tail towards the south and the head is pushed away.
Sure, man, whatever. I don't know. This is a confusing lesson already. Alright, so what are we going to do next?
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 240.
Okay, right 240. Here we go. All right, 240.
Flying on this heading of 240 will demonstrate how the head of the needle is pushed away from your heading.
Yeah, well, it's to the right.
Make another right turn to center the yellow ADF needle. This will take you straight to the showroom NDB. We're going to leave showroom NDB on the 030 radial, meaning a direction of 030 from the beacon.
Okay, let's just try to center that up. Get close to 030. Assume that's what he means. Okay, that's pretty lined up right there. Not at 030, but okay, I think I'm right on it. We'll see. Okay, so what's next, sir? Looks like I'm got that needle almost centered. Hello? Anybody home?
Now we're reaching the NDB, start a rate 1 turn to the right to heading 030. You'll see the ADF needle move quickly as we're close to the beacon, but don't chase the needle, just ensure an accurate turn to heading 030.
030. Yes, sir. Okay, 030.
Once accurately established on heading 030, look at the ADF needle. The tail of the needle will be pulling towards your heading.
Yes.
If the tail is over to the left of center, fly to the right of 030 to pull it over. If the tail is to the right, fly to the left of 030 to pull it that way. There are two main ways to accurately place yourself on the radial you want to fly. Either adjust the ADF heading card to set your current heading and pull the tail towards the radial you want, or you can use your imagination to superimpose the ADF needle on your heading indicator. Whichever way works for you is fine. You'll see this is taken care of for you with the glass cockpit aircraft. Intercept and follow the 030 radial for a short while.
Looks like I'm doing it. Golf course down there, it looks like. How much longer?
Now let's look at VOR tracking. A very high frequency omnidirectional range, VOR, is another type of radio beacon, but has greater range and accuracy than an NDB. It also allows the selecting of a desired radial on your instruments to give a deviation indication, which makes tracking easier. In a conventional aircraft, we use the OBS instrument. The omni-bearing selector has a knob to select the radial you wish to follow.
Okay.
To find a direct course to the VOR, turn the OBS knob until you see a 2 indication and the needle is centered. The course you set to achieve this is the direction you would need to fly at that moment to track directly to the VOR. Try this now. Center the vertical OBS needle with a 2 indication. It should be around 130. Once you've centered the OBS with a course to fly, turn right onto that course to track directly to Seaford VOR.
Turn right, okay. Not really sure I'm following this instructions, but turn right. So I'm to the left.
As during your turn, you'll have travelled over the ground a small distance. Once you're established on your target heading, recenter the OBS.
Okay, this is my target heading. Okay. 030. How am I doing? Not bad, huh?
To demonstrate using the CDI, make a right turn to heading 180.
Okay, 180. Okay.
Roll out on heading 180 and watch the CDI bar.
I'm watching it. It's going to the left. Supposed to?
Now you can see that flying to the right of your course makes the needle move left, indicating that you should fly to the left to regain your course. Now recenter the OBS like before with a 2 indication and turn to the course directly to the VOR.
Guess that's 120. I don't know. Prejudge me. I did read the I did read the manual on this lesson. Still doesn't make it any less confusing. I guess that's right. Still a little bit to the, still a bit to the right of it, but it's not like far off. Let me just scooch over just a little bit. I need to get up, raise some speed, or some altitude. But the sun is behind that cloud. If it comes out, it's gonna get us. Okay, so I'm almost centered. Okay, I think maybe I'm getting this. Maybe.
Now that you've seen how to find a direct course to a VOR by centering the OBS, let's look at how to select and intercept a particular radial. Let's say we want to approach Seaford VOR from the 310 radial. Remember that a radial is always a direction from a beacon, but this time we want to fly towards it, so we use what's called the reciprocal. This is the opposite direction, 180 degrees different to the radial. To fly to the VOR down the 310 radial, we'd select a reciprocal course of 130. Set the OBS now to course 130 with a 2 indication.
Got it. 2 is pointing up.
You'll see that the CDI goes off to the left.
Yep.
Meaning we need to fly to the left to capture the 130 course. Make a left turn to heading 070 to begin our interception. Flying on our intercept heading, you should start to see the CDI bar returning to center.
Not quite.
As the CDI becomes almost back to center, turn to heading 130 to maintain our course.
So I think I've always got to go to 130, is what I'm guessing. And I'm totally not paying attention to my altitude again. Paying attention to this darn needle. To the left of it. So in order to get over to it, I need to center it and go 1-4.
We've selected and flown a radial to a VOR.
Oh,
Once
goodness.
we reach Seaford, we're going to try leaving on another radial. As you get closer to the VOR, I'll ask you to set your outbound radial, which will be 180. As we'll be flying from the VOR on the 180 radial, 180 is what we would set in the OBS. But for now, keep tracking to Seaford. So now we're very close to the Seaford VOR. Maintain your present heading, but set the OBS to radial 180, as this is the radial we want to leave from the VOR.
Stop it. From? Just a guess. Don't know. Ah! Zoom.
Now that we've very nearly reached Seaford VOR, turn right now onto a heading of 180, which will get us to leave on the 180 radial.
Oh, that was right. Okay, 180. And I think I need to center it. Going back to 2. We're gonna go back to no from. All right, no clue. I'll have to see if he corrects me or something, because maybe I did something wrong. This is not making sense, because I thought I was supposed to be on the from. But it went back to a 2, so I don't know. Down a little bit, get back to 2,000 feet. Let's see if he says something back.
Well done, we've covered a lot in this lesson. We've looked at pushing and pulling the needle, how NDBs operate, and how we track to an NDB station. We've tracked to a VOR, selected and intercepted VOR radials, and left on a different radial. You can continue flying if you wish, or press escape to exit.
Okay, folks, I won't lie, that was extremely confusing, but we did it. I sort of understood what he was saying, maybe a little bit. Probably will need to actually get on YouTube and follow some actual real instructors. Well, this guy is a real instructor, I'm sure, but follow some other videos on how to do this. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.